I got exclusive content coming up.
Right.
Exclusive news. Video featured General Managers Pierce and Aldis talking about the WWE Evolution event. You know what they should do at this Evolution event? They should have a driving contest or a parallel parking contest and see yeah.
Or a contest
like a tournament.
Which woman can
or a cooking contest.
What
about like a sandwich making contest?
Or a woman, it'll be each woman, they have to order food at a restaurant. Whoever orders it the quickest wins, because women take a long time to order food.
Start with, did you guys watch Monday Night Raw?
I saw most of it.
How about you, Tony?
I saw all of it.
Yeah. How did you consume the content? Did you watch
Netflix?
Well, sports on Netflix, but did you watch it from start to finish?
Not live. I can't watch that live.
All right, so it started off with Rhea. You know what started off with? The show started off with what's wrong with this company right now. Okay, because Rhea Ripley came out. Okay, she said she needed to get her priorities straight. Then Io Sky made her entrance and joined Ripley in the ring, and Sky said you can't have Evolution without her, so they're booking this Evolution pay-per-view. Sky said Ripley is wrong when she says she's on top, but she doesn't have the championship. And Sky said that General Manager Pierce told her he would pick her challenger for the Evolution event. Sky says she wants to defend against the best. She will defend against the title against Ripley. And Ripley said she has nothing for respect for Sky. She says she would stop at nothing to get the title back. So that's what happens. And Evolution is what Sky wanted. Ripley accepted the match. They both smiled, held the title belt. We're called praise Sky for choosing to defend the title against Ripley. And this is essentially the rut that WWE is in right now, okay? Because they're opening up the show. You got two girls challenging. You got a girl challenging for a title at a pay-per-view coming up, and there's like zero personal issue between the two of them. Nothing. Like there's no one. There's just I want to fight the best. So I'm challenging. I'll fight you for the title. And it's like, well, this is not interesting. You know, and like Rhea hadn't done much in a while. You know, what do you think of this?
Well, didn't the Genius of Sky, what a terrible name to me, Io Sky, didn't she kick Rhea Ripley last week?
Yeah.
So why didn't Ripley just tear her head off and go, that's for last week, and get a little bit of something going on? You know? Let
me make sure that's because some of this stuff is so underwhelming. Joe, look that up and see what happened last week with Rhea Ripley. Because I know I thought maybe Asuka kicked her.
Yeah, Asuka, I think Asuka did kick her. Yeah, we might be getting it confused with so many shows.
Right, there's so many like these Japanese. It's like nobody's over, so none of the angles stick out. So you're trying to remember what angle it was connected to what character.
Well,
but this is not. But this is not interesting. You know, well, how do you build on this? They're smiling at each other. Is that what the women's pay-per-view is going to be? Just like the women are all happy to be there. Just come on.
Yeah, don't they all usually they hug at the end of the show and all that, right?
How come I can't see you guys? Let me see.
Because we're John Cena fans.
The window hidden.
Okay, let me.
Did you like that joke? We're John Cena fans.
Yeah, you crushed it right there.
Yeah. Oh, that's a joke that Ray. Well, if Raven had said that joke. Joe,
yeah, this guy would be on the floor rolling.
Yeah, there was
such a simp.
There's the laugh. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Do it again,
man,
Joe.
That's good.
What do you think about Joe's fake laugh for Raven?
Simp.
Joe, where are the Delco Joe Feeney shirts and the real Philly guy shirts? And why don't you get a new shirt made that says
Raven
"Laugh
for
Raven"?
We can't even get him to do on the show.
Laughing for Raven.
I'll do it.
Remember, a lot of people don't remember this guy, but I'm sure you do. Remember Johnny Carson?
Yeah, of course.
And remember Ed McMahon?
Karnak. And Karnak too.
Yeah, Karnak was great.
Yeah. Very good, sir.
Yeah. You're Ed McMahon.
100%.
Definitely.
But Conan, I still have not got your opinion on this. What did you think of the
Wait a minute. I just something's happening here where I can't see you guys. I'm trying to figure it out. Let me just.
You're on a Mac. You're on a Mac, right?
Yeah.
Just look down at your toolbar on the bottom and click on Zoom. It should come up.
Okay. Okay, there you are.
Yeah.
So, first of all, Rhea came out to a huge ovation. Huge ovation. I think Ripley should be the champion. Okay.
Right.
I don't understand why somebody that small has the championship when you have somebody that looks looks that convincing, that big. It's like Jada Cargill, like they gave her the title because she looks the part, and nothing against Gina Disguise. We know she's a great in-ring performer. I'm sure she's very sweet backstage, but she's not the one.
Right.
This was a all right segment to me.
You know what, too, because like you said about looking the part, right?
Right.
So back in the day, the optics of professional wrestling were, the TV shows were like 1 or 2 hours long before we went to Raw and before Monday Night Raw became a thing, right?
Right.
But it's like you just look at those periods of time, and it's like the champion always passed the eye test. Whether it was Ric Flair, Bruno Sammartino, Superstar, Bob Backlund, they just looked like, bro, it's like that's kind of out the window these days. But the problem with Io is she's so small compared to so many of the other girls.
Well, compared to Ripley, how are we supposed to believe she's gonna beat her up? Especially since Ripley's very physical and Io's kind of physical. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, I think they got that wrong.
You could actually tell us.
And if we would have started the show correctly, you should have started with the Gunther segment. That was great.
All right, so let's. But then again, one more note on this is that you could literally do like a bully angle here between Rhea and Io, but Io's the champion, which is
well, they're both baby faces. So,
but I'm saying, but if Io was not the champion.
Right.
And like had won a match to be the number one contender, and Rhea had the belt. You could tell this story a lot better. But right now, it's just in like Rhea. Like, why on earth would Io Sky challenge Rhea? Like, that's like a dumb move.
There's a lot of
dumb baby. The best. Yeah.
Joe,
what's up?
Did you check to see if last week she got kicked by Io?
Yeah, nothing's coming up except the first back and forth they had was on Monday.
Or maybe on SmackDown.
Check SmackDown.
No, you know what I think it was? It was
they had a three-way match.
It was an Asuka spot. It was Asuka.
Asuka spot.
Remember, yeah. Because Asuka came in and ended up kicking the baby face in the heels and everything.
Yeah, I think, like I said, Ripley should have knocked her head off.
So they go backstage in our boys' Judgment Day, which has all the belts right now. They've got everybody as a champion in that group, which is actually good optics for them. Oh, actually, wait a minute, time out. They don't have the
they don't have the belts yet.
Not yet. Okay, so
they just do a backstage segment.
Right, this backstage segment, and then it resonated with AJ Styles showing up, and Dom saying he's not medically cleared. Here's my papers and stuff, and AJ put his glasses on and read the thing. Bro, this is not a hot start to Monday Night Raw.
Joe thought it was funny.
Yeah, those two.
Let's say Raven did that. Let's say that Raven came in and was AJ Styles. Instead of AJ Styles, it was Raven. Okay, and Raven challenged Dom, and Dom said, I got the doctor's note right here. And Raven took glasses and put them on. But since Raven's a comedian, the glasses had tape in the middle and a big nose, like a plastic nose. Oh. Would you have laughed, Joe?
No, I don't want no funny glasses in that skit. No, that's no good.
Interesting. But would you have laughed if Raven would have been in that segment? How could that? It's crazy. Joe could just turn. Joe's so used to turning on a fake laugh after doing the show with Raven so long, it's his commonplace for him, right?
Sure, that added a lot.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season is in full swing, and we're into the home stretch for NBA and NHL playoffs. And there's more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played. With the largest selection of odds on everything from the MLB, NHL, and UFC. And in between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino. All the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino action. So BetOnline, the game starts here. Jackie interviewed Bayley backstage, and she was focused on the Intercontinental Championship. She blamed Lyra Valkyria for getting involved in her business, and Lyra showed up and took offense to what Bayley said, and Valkyria said it's personal between her and Lynch. That Bayley spoke about how things between her and Lynch are also personal, and they bickered. Pierce got in the middle of them, shouted, "That's enough!"
That's
then he booked Bayley versus Valkyria for a shot at the women's Intercontinental Championship. The funny thing about this is that Lyra Valkyria is coming in here. Bayley's the one that has all the beef here.
Right.
You know, because Lyra Valkyria, she's trying to explain that she has beef with Becky too. That doesn't really resonate here. It's like she said, "Why did you? We'll do it on your time. Don't do it on my time." Like she's actually the heel here, in my opinion, but from a principled standpoint.
Let me ask you a question, both of you. What is your interest level in this feud, Joe?
Zero.
Zero.
Yeah,
Valkyria is not adding anything for me.
Pierce is talking with Nick Aldis, and Balor with Finn and JD showed up. So Balor suggested that Raquel should choose Roxanne versus the Women's World Tag Team Champions. But then Pierce and Aldis spoke for a moment and told Balor they would allow it, and Aldis said they would need to prove they are worthy champions. Pierce said Rodriguez and Perez will defend the titles against a team from each Raw, SmackDown, and NXT at Evolution. And after Balor and McDonough left, Aldis noted that he and Pierce were on the same page. For now, Pierce said before walking away. And then we do Rusev versus Sheamus. Dude, my God. I mean, this was built up with two very short little promos, and they went out there and let these guys beat out of each other for 20 minutes.
Right.
Like literally, this was 19 minutes and 45 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
It started slow. It kind of started slow.
It did.
Didn't they used to be partners?
Yeah.
They were like in that, League of Nations.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So at the end, Rusev thumbed Sheamus' eye, and Rusev removed the covering of the turnbuckle strut, and pulled Sheamus into it, and followed up with the Machka kick and got the 3 count. So he did the kick.
The Machka kick.
Yeah, and kicked him right in the head. Side kick. I still don't know how these guys aren't getting concussed. He didn't put his hand up to protect himself or nothing. So it's like,
what a great match between not in the ring. The match between those two physically is fantastic.
Yeah, they just clobber each other. They're big, so it makes noise. You know, when they're smacking each other.
Yeah, but you could actually see welts and bruises on them. It wasn't just like, all right, like they brought it.
It's like two big masochists went at it.
I like that.
And it makes you ask again and think back, like, why AEW didn't use Rusev more. I mean, he came in with his...
Well, bro, you could ask that of about 15 people.
Yep.
Right. Video featured General Managers Pierce and Aldis talking about the WWE Evolution event. You know what they should do at this Evolution event? They should have a driving contest. Or a parallel parking contest and
That's
see
yeah. Or a contest.
Do like a tournament.
Which woman can...
Or a cooking contest.
What
about like a sandwich making contest?
Or a woman, it'll be each woman, they have to order food at a restaurant. Whoever orders it the quickest wins, because women take a long time to order food.
Yeah, or they should do like they should all have a Pilates class together. You know, or hot yoga. Would you?
Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
Yoga.
I'm talking about the Evolution, the all women's pay-per-view they got coming up. Right. I'm thinking about suggestions of events that they could include in the pay-per-view. Okay. Do you think a sandwich making contest would be apropos for that event?
Yeah, or gardening.
Yeah.
Cleaning, wrestling, and pudding.
No, there's like Evolution 1 is like now, but Evolution 2 is like in January, and they plant the garden. You go back in January and see what's grown.
Right.
And then we announce the winner of that for the.
I did like the first event though, so hopefully this.
You know what they could do, Konnan?
What?
These are events that they could have at the Evolution pay-per-view. Okay, you could have a parallel parking contest.
Right.
Okay, you could have a sandwich making contest.
Right.
Okay, and what about this? You'll pop for this. Have the video game Sims tournament.
Oh yeah.
Which would you pop for that if the girls are playing Sims against each other, Konnan?
Yes.
Oh, you know what? Take a wild guess what they announced, bro. I don't even know why they announced these because it's zero buzz and it almost turns people off.
The Battle Royal.
They announced a Battle Royal.
Right.
That should be the last thing you announce. It's like, is that the first thing you announce a Battle Royal? It's like, well, this is going to suck, you know?
Sometimes in a women's Battle Royal, they have, going over the top rope. Some of them have a little trouble with that. They've actually had some going through the second rope. Women's Battle Royal, so that's not a very good match to have.
We had that problem in AAA because for the small girls couldn't get over the top, so we just eliminated that.
So coming out of that interview where they announced the Battle Royal, okay, we go backstage and Jackie Redmond's with Ivy Now and the Creeds. You know what Ivy Now said?
Nothing.
She said she wants to be in the Battle Royal.
Okay, I missed
that.
that.
Don't forget, Disco. The winner gets a championship match, though.
Correct. So then they announced a July 13th Evolution. They announced the live event,
Mm-hmm.
The broadcast team announced Io versus Rhea for the championship, a battle royal for a shot at the championship at Clash in Paris, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez versus teams from Raw, and Alexa Bliss versus Stephanie Vecchia in a bra and panties match. They announced.
Who?
Nobody, nothing.
Bakir and who in a broad panty match?
Alexa Bliss versus Stephanie Vecchia in a bra and panties match.
Nice.
Did you think that was an Bella Shack on it?
A little bit. You know, it's funny to me.
So Joe, you don't need to get the soundbite where Al Pacino says she's got to.
Konnan
you got your head all the way up.
That.
Why?
I think that sounds stupid.
That's hilarious. And you got your head all the way up it. Why did Konnan not like that?
Because it sounds stupid.
It does not sound stupid. It's a very famous movie quote. Who is that, Konnan? Is that an illegal alien? I got exclusive content coming up.
Right.
Exclusive news. Courtesy of K100. Joe, play the Joe. We'll wake up here. I said I've got exclusive I got hot news. Let's hear the hot news. All right. So let me read this segment. I'm going to include my breaking news in the segment. Okay. So they showed Balor, McDonough, and Dom with Roxanne Perez. And Raquel showed up and asked if they were replacing Liv Morgan. And Rodriguez said Morgan was rehabbing and will be back soon. Then Balor said she's had a shoulder surgery. It will be a long time before Morgan returns. And I have exclusive news on this.
Right.
It's going to be a long time before Morgan returns. Okay,
right.
Which I thought was very interesting since Raquel said she'd be back soon. But Balor saying it might be a long time because it is going to be a long time. That's exclusive.
You know, I don't know if
you want to ask me how I know this?
Because somebody told you.
Are you gonna drop a name again?
No. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead.
So Dom said he had to talk to Liv, and Balor told him they wanted to vote on making Perez a member. Dom said he had to talk to Liv, but Balor told him to vote. Rodriguez said Perez better hold up her end of the bargain, and Perez was officially added to the group. And then Balor claimed Morgan would love it. So that was interesting. But
so it was
they all had belts too, which is a good visual for that.
Well, yeah, and the other thing is he had like a little puppy dog face, like Dom, like he knew. I don't know why, because if this was for real, why he said, I'm not going to do nothing until I talk to Liv. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I just felt that he gave in too quick. But I want to talk about the last segment, because that segment was great. Because in one segment, you had 4 different stories with a potential 5th, Punk and Gunther. And, bro, this is how you maximize your minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, they did a great job.
And I've read, because, Rollins is in the mix here, but supposedly it's going to be Roman and Seth coming up when Roman returns. So that's what I've read.
Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah, Roman's coming back.
I mean, that's not compelling.
Not really.
Yeah.
Depends on how they...
So next was a Kairi Sane package. And it had a pirate thing. And she spoke about how she's not afraid of anything. And she said, the pirate princess is here.
Yeah,
that's you know what money. They should do? They should
that's
have
money.
They should have her throw the first pitch out at every Pittsburgh Pirate game coming up from now until the end of time. So Konnan, we have a number 1 contenders match coming up here between Bayley and Lyra Valkyria for the shot at the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And guess how this match ended? A double pin.
Oh yeah,
both shoulders were down. Crowd hated it. I hated it. Then the referee explained to the announcer that both shoulders were down, and therefore it was a draw. The Bayley Valkyria fought to ringside, and Pierce and a bunch of producers had to pull them apart.
Now, this was a very hot crowd, and if you notice, for about 80% of it, the people were not into it.
No.
They got into it at the end. I'm just not interested in this, and I like Bayley. I haven't liked Lyra since they brought her in.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.